Hi, thank you guys for joining. We have here Patrick, who's going to talk to us about generational wealth and investment. Hi, Patrick. Thank you for joining us. And I want to start off by asking a little bit about yourself. Why don't you let the viewers know, your background, where you come from, and just who you are today.
Hi, my name is Patrick. I'm a celebrity barber based in Toronto. I got into investments a long time ago.
Okay, that's great. So do you own a business, right? You are a celebrity barber with your own barbershop, and you also located in Brampton, Ontario, just outside Toronto, which Brampton itself is a very big and busy market with regards to real estate, especially. Um, Tell me about some of the investments that you have made. When did you start investing in real estate?
I started about 8 years ago. Um,
And what was your first investment?
my first investment was my primary residence. Uh, I got in and at the right time, I guess. In my eyes, I got in at the right time. Um, it took a lot out of me. It took a lot of focus and just to get myself in the door. The process was hard, but it eventually worked out great for me and my family.
Right. And that primary resident, I'm assuming it's like a home, a 2-story.
It's a 2-story home. Yes, 2-story single family home.
Okay, perfect. And you said that was about 8 years ago. That was your first experience. Was that the first time you bought real estate?
That was my first actual in buying real estate. It was quite an experience, but it was a good experience to have. Right. So moving forward, your first is, I guess, is the hardest. It's the learning process.
And do you remember like how much you invested when you originally did your investment?
When I originally did my investment, I had about 60K in capital, and it was more than enough for my down payment. But I had some trouble. Right. I had some trouble, but which I was prepared for, and I guess it was a learning process and a learning curve for me at the same time, being my first time buying a home. And what happened, I don't want to mention,
right,
but
of course,
it was a learning curve, and you got to expect the unexpected.
Yes, obviously, like when you're first time home buyer, is always a rush. It's always scary. You have to deal with mortgage agents or the bank and trying to get a mortgage. So that's definitely something that can be stressful. But now that we're 8 years since then, what recently have you invested in, and what are you looking to return on that?
Well, over the past 8 years, when I got in, I was very eager, and when I saw how easy the process was, all you had to have was great credit and a down payment. Well, I just went to work. I said, the process was getting over the hump. The hump is the first time you're going into investment. Being scared, being, you don't know what to expect. You don't know what you're doing. That's a thing. But having a great real estate agent was one of the keys, right? Someone who knows what you want at first, put your values at first, and then work their way around. Their magic. I don't know what they do, but they do what they do. And I put my trust in my real estate agent, and what I got was what was perfect for me.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. With regards to that and your investment, what was your most recent investment?
Well, my most recent investment was I bought a $4.5 million home, and I did a lot of reconstructing and a lot of cosmetics in the home, and now it's back on the market for a significant value.
Okay, so it's like a flip.
It is a flip.
Okay, awesome. So you invested in a property which you are flipping, and what are you looking to with regards to your return on that investment?
I'm looking about probably 50% on return. Evaluating the market at where it's at now and how the market's fluctuating. I'm in a pretty good standing to actually either surpassing that 50% or just hitting that 50% mark.
And this investment, is that in Toronto?
It is here in Brampton.
It's in Brampton. Okay, awesome. Okay, well, my last question to you with regards to investments is, what is your outcome? Like, what are you looking to gain from investing and your return on investment? What are you going to do with, what you get back from your investments?
The initial thought is, you start off, I would say this to all the viewers. If you start off young and, you make a sufficient amount on your returns, try it again. That's my advice to you, and try it again. What I'm trying to do is generational wealth for my children and my grandchildren. So when I do my job, my diligent job, because I'm not working for me anymore, I'm past the age of working for myself. I'm now working for what my children are gonna come up and see, right? So what I did was I made some purchases and some investments in other countries, right? So where I can, utilize the value of what our Canadian dollar is to what the other countries, lower dollar rate is. So, I made a nice investment home. It's constructed basically off my dreams, right? So it's not for me; it's for my mom and my daughters.
And I guess it's fair to say that with all the investments that you've done up until this point has got you to this position to be able to, have your dreams come true.
Yes. When you start off at an early time, which I would tell anyone who's thinking about investment, don't be scared. Because if you don't start now, when are you going to start? Right? And looking at other people who are making investments, you surround yourself with those people, right? Because they know what they're doing and they know where they're coming from. And if you want to get into their position, just follow their lead. I would advise you to start now. One of the reasons why I got into investments, I'm going to be truthful to you. I was on social media a lot and I was young, partying, doing my thing. And somebody anonymously made a comment under one of my posts and said, "Why do you buy so much jewelry? Why do you travel so much? Why don't you invest in property?" And at that time, it dawned on me, because I always said, I'm going to inherit a lot of stuff from my family. And my dad has 1,000,001 acres of land, and I'm going to inherit that over time. But I said, what do I really have for myself? What can I pass on to my children? And one night it was a part of my 360 turn in life, and it just hit me full blast, dead on. I need to go purchase a property. I need to go buy land. I need to go set up some investments. And so said, so done. I did just that. And starting with one, I ended up with two. Starting with the two, I ended up with four, and so on and so forth. So if I'm going to give you any advice, fix your credit one, start an investment two, and work your way up. Because it starts from zero and build the foundation to build your way all the way up. That's it. That's my advice to anyone that's listening. Start now.
Well, Patrick, I appreciate that. And I think my viewers will appreciate everything that you said. And we'll learn from what you said and what you obviously it's worked for you. So why wouldn't it work for them, right? So I appreciate that. And thank you again for joining us. And
Thank you.
I hope to see you again soon.
Thank you.